Hey 8th graders, in this short video I'm going to show you how to place an image into the work that we downloaded to our drive yesterday in Schoology and our Google Drive. First thing I did before I got into this recording is I opened up my app stream. So I am in Adobe Illustrator, and I have just two tabs open. I have my app stream or my AWS open, and I have my Google Drive. In my Drive, I have my templates that I'm going to be editing, and I have my logo that I already downloaded from the internet. Before I get too far, I am going to resize my screen. I feel Illustrator works a little bit smoother when I'm working full screen. Now that I'm full screen, I'm going to click on Open. And in our AWS, I'm always defaulted to this PC, so I have to go back into Google Drive and hop into my Drive. And then I organized my work in this AWS Work and Samples folder. You should organize yours in a similar fashion, putting things in folders. For my particular image, I want the wood token template that has no hole. So I'm going to click on that, and I'm going to click on Open. It takes just a little bit of extra time to open up any file in Illustrator when we're using the AWS. My file is open now, so on my keyboard I'm going to hold down Control and I'm going to tap 0. Notice when I did that, I went full screen with my template or my file, artwork, artboard, almost all the same thing. Now I'm going to get my artwork from my Drive. So I'm going to go to File, and I'm going to place this image into my artboard. So looking down that list, hopefully you've already seen Place. It's about halfway down the list. Here it is. I'm going to click on it. Because I've already set up my Drive and I've gone into my AWS Work and Samples, Illustrator and the AWS were smart enough to know that I wanted to go back in that folder. Here's my logo, and I'm going to place it in. When I choose place the first time, it doesn't do anything, so it's waiting to say, hey, where do you want this artwork? So I'm going to click one time, and it's going to drop the artwork in. Now on my keyboard, I'm going to hold down the Control button, and I'm just going to tap the minus sign. Now this isn't my favorite artwork, but I wanted a Elk River logo, and this was my favorite one to put on the wood token. I'm going to use some tools later on to get rid of the extra words on the side. Now that I have my artwork placed, I want to resize my artwork, and I'm going to do that. Notice when I resize from the corner, my artwork is not staying constrained. So if I smush it like that, I no longer have a perfect circle. So on my keyboard again, I'm going to do Control Z. In Illustrator, if I do a Control Z, it undoes the last thing I did. Now I want to keep my proportions the same when I resize this. So I'm still going to go to the corner. This only works on the corner. And back on my keyboard, I'm going to hold down that Shift button, Shift. I'm going to hold it while I slide and resize. And I'm going to resize it so it's about that big. I want it a little bit bigger. So Shift and resize it a little bit larger. And on my keyboard again, I'm just holding down my arrow keys to move that around in a more customized fashion. I'm not quite done with this yet, so my artwork is still selected. Notice it's not selected now. I have my regular selection tool. I'm going to click on my artwork. I have to do this last step, or when you go to turn in your work and we try to pull it up on the laser, it's not going to bring your artwork with. So my last step is I have to embed this artwork. If you forget this step, it's not going to work on the laser engraver. Notice what happened with my artwork once I embedded it. It got rid of the X in the center. Once that X is gone, I know that I'm good to go. There's some other tricks I can do with it, but that will be in a different video. At this point, I'm going to save my work by doing File and Save. I'm going to click on OK, and now I have that step saved.